Hello friends, welcome to the 29th edition of Trendz Talks. If you would want to know better what Trendz Talks is all about, I've shared a purpose video in the YouTube link. I request you all to go ahead and subscribe to that. We'd save on time so that we can finish this session pretty quickly. Today's session is will be presented by Shriram Singh, who is a banker and an organic farmer. So he's going to talk about some of the health benefits shifting to natural diet, and I hand over the floor to him. Just a quick disclaimer would be we are going to record this to put it on YouTube so that we can have general viewing post this session, so you can catch up on that. And if at all you want to stay off camera, you can do that. So over to you, Sriram.
Yeah, thanks, Krishnaraj, for introduction. Can you put up the presentation?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hello, friends. So this is Shriram Singh. So as the PPT is rightly named, Wealth to Health Advisor. So basically, as a profession, I am a health advisor, a private banker to many large families. I've worked with banks like HSBC, RBS, Reliance Capital, ICICI, IFL, and many other private banking firm, where I have had opportunity to interact with many large families, CEOs, professionals, and not only in India but abroad as well. So, what I have observed, in the last few years, while interacting with these people as well as my personal life, that we focus a lot on wealth, creating wealth or making wealth, but not on health. And this I have realized in my personal life, because even I was suffering a lot with many problems. Some problems were constipation. I was suffering with piles. I had some skin issues. I couldn't, my digestion was not good. I also suffered with slip disc a couple of years back, and so these were some of the problems on my body, but uh, but but some of my extended family members also had some issues, like cancer, diabetes, and many other issues. And most of these HNI families whom I interacted with also had similar problems. They had a lot of money. There was no problem of money. And eventually, when because we as private banker, we talk to them in depth, about their family members, their business, and the other problems. So they end up sharing their personal, physical, and mental issues as well. And we realized that they also had problem, and they also wanted to focus on their health. Um, uh, so most of them wanted to follow a good lifestyle. That's one. Most of them wanted to be healthy, but how to become healthy was the question. What you are, what you eat. So we need to eat. We need to eat right. We need to follow a particular lifestyle. And so eventually we used to discuss a lot about yoga, a lot about pranayama, a lot about Ayurveda, a lot about natural eco lifestyle. Um, uh, then because I personally had a lot of issues, so I started. I think 10 odd years back, my one of my closest family members had cancer, and after that, I realized that for cancer, the most the response, the reasons, the most important reason was the chemical and pesticide used in food, as well as what we eat manufactured in the plants and not from the plant. And since this member was my family member only, So, I saw happening, the chemotherapy, and along with that, we had, I gave, the patient wheatgrass and turmeric and a lot of raw juices, a lot of um, raw vegetables, fruits, and followed yoga and all that, and that helped the patient to come out of it, and now, of course, everything is all right. For me, when I was having digestion problem, when I moved to natural and raw eating some few years back, my digestion improved a lot. So now, what I do is I eat fruits in the morning. We can discuss about the daily lifestyle, but my three-fourth of my thali, my food is, I'm trying to keep it as raw, and I generally am successful of eating 50 to 75% raw and remaining 25% food. But we can talk about how to create this thali and how to follow it in when we discuss about daily routine. uh, just to share with you, I had slip disc also a couple of years back, and I went to tour, European tour as a family, and there, this was in the month of June. Uh, when I came back, I had a lot of pain, a lot of sciatica pain, and I could not even walk properly. I could not even sit properly. Then I did some clinical test, and I realized that my calcium was going down. My bone density was not 100%, and my vitamin D3 content D3 went down to 13. Now how? And then I consulted a specialist doctor, and doctor told me that you have to be on the bed for 22 hours, and for next 3 months, please take holiday, and after that, and of course, he prescribed some of the medicines, including painkiller, and he told me that, okay, you continue with this, and if after 3 months, if your situation does not improve, then we have to go for operation. And this happened 2 years back. Then I started listening to people like Rajiv Dixit, Rajiv Bhai, Sadhguru, Shri Ravi Shankar, and some of the such spiritual, as well as people who really followed a natural lifestyle. And that's where I realized, and what I did was very simple. I started having tuna in the morning, equivalent of one grain of rice or wheat, and then moringa powder, one spoon of moringa powder every day in the morning, and then till the sesame seed in the morning as well as in the evening. So till with dates in the morning, and black till, white till, and dates in the morning as a paste, and in the evening black till. No roasting. It's a plain, so that, and you have uh, you know proper chew it properly and mix with your saliva and then have it. And the most important thing was doing exercise in the sun. And what we do is, we generally we go out with shirt and pant in the sun. Our body is not exposed to the sun. What I ensure that I am in underpant, and my at least front part, which is my stomach, navel part, should be exposed to sun, and lower back. So half an hour I do exercise exposing my front part of the body, and half an hour the back part of the body. That really helped me a lot. And for last 2.5 years, in fact, now I do Surya Namaskar 50 odd times every day, and easily. So I can bend front complete. I never used to bend. And eating raw also addressed my skin problems and my piles and fistula, and I'm having very normal motion now. Um, um, uh, Even for skin problem, I used cow dung urine is distilled cow dung urine, and within 10-15 days it went away. In fact, this was the problem with me as well as my family members. So that also is easy. I mean, we can have a detailed talk on it. How cow dung and cow urine and cow mata, helps us to be fit mentally, physically, easily. Apart from helping us to give us organic food, because without cow dung and cow urine, we can't do natural farming. And we do only natural farming, and we promote only natural farming and try to eat everything natural. Uh, that's about. Now let's talk about daily routine. Now, when I get up in the morning, generally, because when you have brush your teeth in the evening, so, throughout the night, your mouth is filled with saliva. So morning saliva is very good. That's what, and for my daughters also, I've used this saliva when they're having some problem. They were, I think 2-3 years back, they could probably some issues, they could not see. So I thought they'll have to, we'll have to go to the doctor. Maybe they'll start wearing spectacles. But they started putting saliva in the eyes in the morning. First thing in the morning, that's what they do, and it is filled with a lot of microbes and bacteria, good bacteria. And then what I do is I have 2 glasses of warm water. I put turmeric and a lemon, and but I also use eat one spoon of moringa powder along with it, and also that 1 grain of tuna. This is the morning as soon as I get up, and I drink sip by sip. I I take at least 5 to 10 minutes to do that. Sometimes even 15 minutes. Easily sip by sip, because automatically your mouth starts secreting saliva, and you have more saliva. As the more saliva you have in the morning, which goes inside, the better it is for your digestion. After that, I use Dantamanjan manufactured by many goshalas have Dantamanjan, as well as Vajradanti also. Vico Vajradanti also is good. So I use Dantamanjan, and toothpaste I use of some Ayurvedic companies like Patanjali, and there are others also. But mostly I use Dantamanjan. If I'm not able to use Dantamanjan, then I use paste. And whenever I go out to nature, I use neem sticks. That's the best. So combination of these three, I do it throughout the year. My teeth has no problem at all. And I think wherever I go, and if regular checkup, I do it. They say I have the best tooth, so best teeth. So that's and after that, I told you about sun gazing. I mean sunbathing. So that is the most important thing which we do. I do exercise. I do stretching exercise, and Surya Namaskar, and then asanas followed by pranayama. And now in pranayama, I do Kapalbhati. That's in that particular order: Kapalbhati, Anlom Vilom, and Bhastrika, Kapalbhati, Anlom Vilom, and chanting. So, and there is a way, Om or Om is chanted. So I do that, and last we do Brahmari. As I told you, breakfast I have fruits. So till 12 in the noon, I generally have only fruits, and a good quantity of fruit, roughly around 600 grams to 700 grams, sometimes even a kilo of fruits. So 2 guava, 2-3 oranges, 1 or 2 banana, or some papaya, some pomegranate, and all that. Whatever seasonal fruits, and I try to eat organic, natural fruits. I know the source of these fruits because I'm personally into natural farming. So we know the source of these fruits, and we that's what I eat, and that has helped me, to keep improve my digestion. And generally seasonal. Uh, I also prepare bioenzymes at home by using jaggery uh, and lemon peel as well as orange peel and water. So it need you have to put it in a particular combination of 1:3 is to 10 is to 16. One part is jaggery, three part is peel of a lemon or orange, and then 10 part is water, and remaining is air. A bottle in a bottle, the volume of the water, a bottle, and you keep it for 90 days. It becomes bioenzymes, and that bioenzymes I put 1 spoon of that bioenzymes when I took bath, and when we mop the floor, that's the best repellent. Along with that, if you use cow urine arc, then that becomes the best floor cleaner. I don't have any problem of mosquitoes or any pests in my flat. So that's on bioenzymes. We can have a detailed discussion on bioenzymes whenever one feels. Uh, Coming back to utensils, so I use मट्टी का बना हुआ for utensil for cooking dal at least, and for cooking vegetables we use iron kadhai. These two is must. I don't use water filter. I use something called biosanitizer. It's not sanitizer per se. It's a bioenzyme in particular patented product which improves the dissolved oxygen. And we need the TDS in the water. Generally, all these advanced water filter and RO, they reduces the TDS to a level where the water becomes dead, less than 50, 60. We need to have a TDS of 150 to 250, so that those TDS are actually the bacteria which or minerals which is required to our body. Lunch generally consists of millets. Wheat, I use khapli wheat, and rice, tribal rice, not the normal rice and the normal wheat. The main problem nowadays of diabetes is because of wheat and rice, because these are all genetically modified nowadays. They have gluten, they have a lot of starch, sugar, and we think that only sugar, and we think only sugar and other things have problem, and not the wheat and rice, but wheat and rice are the main culprit. Apart from sugar, salt, and oil, these are all palm oil available in the market. So, and of course, I also include nuts, sprouts, and dry fruits. So I have a small bowl of nuts and dry fruits, and sprouts, a good full bowl of sprouts, or boiled chana or boiled moong or boiled peanut. That is must every day, because that is low glycemic index, low glycemic load food items which releases energy throughout the day, and not becomes induces sugar in the blood. Generally, if you have wheat or rice, or if you have sugar juice, and high glycemic index food items, it goes into the blood. Before converting into energy, it goes into the blood, and that's where your sugar level in the blood goes up. Evening, I use cow dung dhoop. I never use modern, or even uh, all this dhoop sticks, not sticks. I don't use agarbattis at all, because it is made from bamboo as well as chemical. Even if it smells fragrance, but still I don't use it. I use cow dung based product, panchagavya, and really sanitizes my room and my house, and also make sure that no virus, including corona or any virus, comes inside my house. And of course, we do arti and agnihotra in the morning and evening, so that also purifies it. And what is agnihotra? You can Google, and that's another good, very good. In fact, agnihotra is being done in countries like Germany and Australia and many European countries. They're following it. We are not, but we should do Agnihotra. And again, there the main component is cow dung. So imagine how what role cow plays. She's like more than mata to us. Then I do a walk. I do a walk. I do a walk. I do a walk. I do a evening walk almost for an hour, and where I listen to some motivational stories or something on Ayurveda. Walking. So walking is good for your health. I used to run a lot. I was a marathon runner, but now I don't run. Whenever I run 2 kilometers, 5 kilometers, but I don't run a long run. But I can. But still, walking is good for you can continue walking till you age. Swimming is good. Cycling is good. I cycle sometime 20 kilometers, 30 kilometers, or even 100 kilometers. But walking is what I do generally every day in the evening. Dinner is generally very light, very very light. I mean, sometimes I just have one. Small khichdi or quantity of khichdi, or I have dal with desi cow ghee. That's all, and not heavy dinner at all, and that too, early, maybe at 7 or 8 o'clock, not later than that. Now because Corona is on, there is pandemic going on, so I have herbal concoction consisting of black pepper, kali mirch, dalchini, then turmeric and ginger, and then tulsi. I pluck it in the daytime and I keep it. Lemongrass and giloy sometime, not all the time, and and long, and I put it and make a proper herbal concoction. Put a little bit of organic jaggery, or sometimes not, and then have it as a family. I don't use any AC, so even during summers, I'm fortunate to live on third floor. I'm surrounded by trees at tree level, so I don't use AC. I don't need AC because I like natural air in the night. And uh, uh, moon is also visible when I'm sleeping on my bed. So the direction is like that. So east side is completely open because morning also, at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, I have sun rays coming on my bed itself. So I don't use AC, and that really has helped me to be simple. Um Sleeping again, you can do a Google search how to sleep, what should be the direction of the sleep, how much to sleep, and everything. Sadhguru has very good videos on sleep pattern and how much to sleep, how to sleep, what direction your head should be. So one should go and have a. I make sure that my head is towards south or east side, because and the reason you can do Google, I mean, because of the magnetic field. It should not be towards north at least. That disturbs the sleep because all the iron particle moves towards head and that disturbs the sleep. I do massage once a week, and during winter, of course, the frequency goes up. Summer, maybe once a fortnight. During winter, maybe twice a week with the proper tilka tel. And tilka tel is good for massage. It has, and I have almost one small bowl, full bowl can get absorbed in my body when I do massage, because my all my body pores, they absorb, and those pores are also like our mouth. I mean, they can absorb oil or whatever, and they can then secrete sweat and detoxify our body. As I told you before, we are what we eat. So what we eat is important. So mostly raw we should eat, and avoid animal product. Um, Eat as much raw as possible. Eat less, which is also important because we eat a lot. Sadhguru says, what we eat is almost double, because I eat only when I till only when first of all I eat when I feel hungry. I drink when I feel thirsty. These are two basic rules one should follow. And when once you have the first burp, which is like we call it tripti burp after eating, once your body indicates, gives you an indication that okay, your stomach is full, half full. Don't eat after that. Otherwise, there'll be a digestion problem. So that's the time we should stop eating. As I told you, I'm into organic farming, so I do organic farming at a lot of places and try to source all organic vegetables. These are the photographs which are in my flat. If you see, you can see a tumbi variety of goal around lauki and cucumber and karela and tomato. These are all my flat pot, and then uh, you know. Lemongrass and pan ki patti and giloy and all that. I have every day I have one pan ki patti, which also is anti-cancerous and gives you a lot of nutrients and helps you in many addressing many problems. As I told you before, oil, sugar, and salt should be minimized or completely avoided. And there are options available. You can have palm sugar, or you can have jaggery, or you can have, you can have palm jaggery and normal jaggery, sugarcane jaggery, or you can have um, honey, but that too in small quantity. Salt, you can have rock salt, pink salt. We call it sendha namak and kala namak. Oil, of course, kachi dhani ka oil, and as less as possible. Without oil, also one can make good variety of good quality and delicious vegetables and delicious khichdi and all that. Because the taste come from spices and not from oil, and this we have done it. As I shared before, try to use millets. So there are different millets, kodo millet, jawar and bajaras are there, but there are good millets, ragi and nachni available in the market. Kodo millet, barnyard millet, little millet, brown top millet. One can have these millets. One can make khichdi, one can make upma and many things, and even dosa and paratha from millets. Fruits and vegetables very important. Water, as I told you, it's not necessary to eat water all the time. It's a myth that if you drink more water, but you put more load actually if you're eating more water. So summer, of course, you should eat more water. If you're working out, if you're sweating, of course you need to replace water. But when you're in AC and you're not working at all and just you're gulping water, that also puts a lot of load on your kidneys. So water, when you feel thirsty, then you drink water. When you feel hungry, then you eat. And the body only can give this indication when your body is good. When you start eating more raw, then only you can get indication. Otherwise, you don't get indication. You'll say that okay, yaar, I water. I don't get any indication. That's why I keep eating. Body will. This has happened with me earlier. Body never used to indicate anything. Now, for body tells me, boss, this is enough. Now you should not eat more than that, and you should drink water now, or you should eat now. So that's more important. So to reach to that level, you have to eat raw for longer period, because these raw fruits and vegetables have the gut bacteria, the macrobacterias, which can help you to improve your gut bacteria, which is the second brain. As I told you, I do home gardening. Uh, there's a lot of see. I avoid drinking milk nowadays, so I have ghee. But milk is very difficult to digest, especially because people, we don't work like what used to our ancestral, our fathers and grandparents used to work. They used to cycle 20-30 kilometers. They used to walk a lot. They used to work on the farm. They used to do a lot of work. Our women used to do a lot of household work. But now our women do not work much. Our men also do not work. They have a car, and they don't move around much. So very difficult to digest milk. The procedure of making ghee is you boil your milk, put at a particular temperature, put a culture curd, and then next day it becomes curd, and then you churn that curd clockwise and anti-clockwise, which then your makhan and your butter comes out, and let's say 30 liters of milk gives 1 liter of ghee, so 1 liter of makhan and 20 liter of chas. buttermilk comes out, and then that you heat it for hours and then becomes ghee. So I don't know whether our gut bacteria has that is capable of doing that digestion, or converting milk into ghee, or converting milk into energy, or a good fat, or muscles. So if we don't have it, we are not able to digest the protein in the available in the milk. And I used to face a lot of cough and cold issues, which has stopped completely, especially during Corona period. I stopped eating milk because it was not available. In fact, milk also, I used to drink only A2 milk from desi cows. I used to pay 115 rupees per liter. So I knew where the milk is coming from. A friend who had some 15, 20 odd cows, and he uses only Vedic ways of mulching from using fingers, and also giving calves three-fourth of the milk and only remaining milk. And ghee also, I used to buy only 3,000, pay 3,000 for milk, ghee also, because ghee also should be made from the similar milk, especially the desi cow milk, and in the Vedic manner. So milk and ghee, very important thing. Now these are my photographs. If you see here, 1997, and this is my photograph, and this is my photograph in year 2020. So it's almost the same. I mean, in fact, I was more. My weight was almost 64, 65 kg. That time, 1997, 65 to 67. Now I am 60 to 62 kg. So it's almost the same. 25 years, 23 years. These are some of the asanas which I do, and I can do all kind of asanas nowadays. During COVID has given me a lot of opportunities, sirsasana and all these asanas, which has made me strong. So this is in brief about me and my lifestyle, and so I would be happy to answer any questions, or whenever you want to know more about the aspect I have touched upon during this webinar, you can talk to Krishna Raj or Trendz Talks, and I would be happy to answer and come back and have a detailed webinar on it. Thank you.
Thank you, Shriram. Such a wonderful session. You pretty much gave us a scenario in your own life as to how you follow your daily routine from the morning to the evening. I might have a few questions here.
Okay.
This is regarding your initial stage when you complained. You had complaints about skin problems, bile digestion, acidity, and slip disc, right? And then you decided to shift to a natural diet, right?
Right. Right.
So within how many days do you actually see this change happening in your body by consuming that kind of a diet? So can you give us a brief
Yeah. So
timeline?
you start. Yeah. Right. Absolutely. Good questions. See, you start feeling the change, I think, within at least 21 days only. You don't need much longer time, provided you really start eating raw and not eating what I told you. I mean, reducing oil and salt and sugar and milk, and started and also doing exercise. So if you start, what I've done, like I've become health advisor nowadays. So most of the large HNIs, I mean, I don't want to name these people. These are known people. These are like 5,000 crore, 10,000 crore net worth people, and I'm advising them on a regular basis. So once you start following this routine, maybe for 20 within 21 days, you can feel the change in energy. You can feel that you are energized throughout the day. I mean, I'm having this webinar. In fact, I had not slept yesterday. The day for yesterday, I'm driving. Traveling a lot. I mean, last almost a month, I've not been able to sleep more than 6, 7 hours. Maybe some on couple of days, but otherwise, but still we are energized. Today also, I've traveled since morning. I got up early and have traveled to a couple of factories, and I've come back and have a couple of meetings. So still energized, because that energy, you feel that energy. How to know that, okay, this is helping you? I think the best indication is your energy. Best indication is you feel that, कैसे बोलते हैं हिंदी में, सुख का अनुभव आना चाहिए. you feel that happiness. So once you feel that happiness, वो जो सुख का अनुभव है जो नहीं बताया जा सकता है, but you feel that energy, you are always happy. So that you can, I think 21 days is what I can say is enough to feel that change. But to really address these issues, like I had slipped disc where doctor told me to have 22 hours on the bed every day for 3 months. That took me almost 6 months to a year, so to say. For improving digestion also, it will take 6 months to a year. And for me it took that much time. Maybe for others it may take more than that, because it depends on how much toxic and how much kachara you have in your body. You need to remove those kachara. I had less amount of kachara because I was otherwise also a runner and all that, and I was slim trim and I was doing some exercise, but I ignored a lot of things. Like I never used to work. I mean, I never used to go out in the sun, or maybe I used to eat at late in the night. Eat less but late in the night. I used to eat more sugar, more milk. I used to eat more wheat and rice. So I switched over. So just to answer your question, within 21 days, you'll see that change. You'll feel that change. But depends on your personal prakriti, depends on your personal, age. It may take time from 6 months to a year. But 1 year, you'll see the change happening, because you build your bacteria. See what our body is full of germs and bacterias, and our body is full of what? I mean, when we burn our body, when we die, ashes are hardly, it's filled in one bottle. It's hardly a couple of 1 kg or 2 kg. So imagine, so we are filled with water, and we are like germs, billions of germs and bacterias with us. So that's why. So those we can change them, and our gut bacteria. I think a year is more than enough.
So, Sriram, I think we have pretty similar stories to tell because even I had a back issue and I happened to meet with an accident,
Hmm.
and I had a severe back, and then I decided to treat things on my own. I
Hmm.
resorted to natural food and only, fruit juices
Hmm.
and,
Hmm. Hmm.
soups and things like that, that kind of a diet.
Hmm.
But then I also, when I spoke to a doctor,
Hmm.
he specified that most of the Indian children,
Hmm.
they are pretty low on vitamin D.
Hmm.
So, I mean, it's a general trend. So, how
Right.
do you
Right.
think we can improve this? Is sunlight the only option, or we can switch to supplements?
Yeah, so you're absolutely right. See, our younger generation is having this trouble. See, at least during our age, during our age, I'm talking about, I mean, when we were young in 90s, 80s and 90s, we used to go out. There was no mobile at all. Hardly few people had television, and that too only on Sunday, or Mahabharata or Ramayana coming in the television. We used to enjoy whatever. I think hardly a couple of us are TV watching, but used to be out throughout the day, and we used to wear pant and t-shirt or whatever, little bit. And so nowadays kids are really vulnerable, and it is high time now, because I won't be surprised, if you see the facts and figures in US, 1 in 10 kids are suffering with autism, and that will go up to 1 in 4 by 2030. And this is fact. You can Google. And in India, you are right. Most of these kids are facing problem, and younger generation, they can't run, and they have, like, backache is the main issue for most of the people, in us also. Now, to answer your question, vitamin D, you can get it from only sun. All these supplements are temporary, and they have their own side effect. Not only vitamin D, vitamin B12, vitamin whatever C, and all these zinc and bento, I don't know, vitamin C tablets, whatever during Corona also people need, they all have side effects. And just you have to Google as the source of these vitamin D. Vitamin D, there is no source at all. Vitamin C, of course, you have citrus fruits, Not only fruits, you have vegetables have vitamin C, vitamin, calcium, B12. There are sources in, and they all sources eventually are fruits, vegetables, sprouts, nuts, dry fruits, and all that. Okay, vitamin D only from sun. So you have to be in the sun for an hour at least, and that too wearing as less clothes as possible. Plain, simple. This is the only way to solve your not only lower backache, your runner's knee. I used to have runner's knee. I used to run marathon. After 10 kilometers, I had some issue. I always used to face, I Bombay Marathon, when you start from Bandra, as you go towards Pedder Road, that uphill, I never used to run after that. After that, I had to slow down and walk, and that too with pain, and then have intermittent running. Why? Because I had some issues on my knees. But as soon as I started doing this exercise in the sun and sweating out, one more thing: one should not drink water standing. Drink water when you're sitting down, like you do Indian style potty. Similar style, you should sit and drink water in the morning. I never drink liquid or any water standing, because this is what I learned from Rajiv Bhai Dixit. So that is one way to address your lower back and this issue. Vitamin D only from sun, no other way. All those supplements or even other food items may provide you some quantity, like cow dung, like cow milk and ghee, probably because they are out in the sun. So their milk and their ghee eventually may have some quantity of vitamin D, and these all sources which are in the sun, raw. I'm saying raw leaves, raw vegetables, raw fruits. They also absorb vitamin D from the sun, so they also will have some traces of vitamin D. So those are good sources of vitamin D, but otherwise directly only sun. All these supplements will help temporary, but if you are really, there is serious problem, then you have to go for resort to the supplements, but do it maybe for a temporary period. But over a longer period, just go for exercise, sit in the sun, do sunbathing, and get vitamin D.
All
Thanks.
right. So can coconut water be a real supplement, you think, because it's got a lot of medicinal properties? So do you occasionally have coconut
Yeah,
water
yeah, not
in your diet?
occasionally, or not every day. You are right. So coconut water is the Amrit water. Coconut water is the only natural water at 3000 TDS, which is sweet and has all minerals in it. The only natural water is coconut water. So coconut water you should have every day. I have every day at least one coconut water. You can have more coconut water quantity also. But coconut water, you're right. It is anti, whatever you say. See, let's not go deep into what it has. But I have seen the change in my life, having coconut water. All cancer patients should have one coconut water every day. Now people will say, I can say that it has anti-cancerous property, apart from turmeric and wheatgrass and all that. So coconut water can help you fill your address all your mineral deficiencies. It has all minerals and okay. So yeah, any more questions or shall I?
Yeah, I think we should call it a day. And I wanted to possibly ask you about bioenzymes and Agnihotra. Maybe we can take this on another date. So for today,
Yes, so
just
I'll
because we are,
briefly cover. Yeah, since you're asking, I'll briefly cover, and then we can have a detailed discussion on these two, because Agnihotra itself is a big topic. You have to do it early, as soon as there is a sunset and sunrise time. You have to do it at that particular time, and lot of good useful gases emits when you do Agnihotra in the morning and evening, and which sanitizes everything, not only your home but the whole atmosphere. Bioenzymes, there is a, I told you, so it's a simple bioenzymes. You Google, you'll get the proportion. You do it, you make it at home in the bottle, and then you can use the same culture over and over again. Once you're using culture, then you can prepare bioenzymes in 45 to 60 days. Otherwise, it takes 90 days. And believe me, you use it for mopping the floor, you use it for taking bath and all that. You will see the change. And that bioenzymes can become a biosanitizer. You use a small
right.
quantity and dilute it and use it. So, but there is a lot available on YouTube. I mean, I don't have to, and I've given you some of the names. They all are very good, and you have to use it to do it.
Right, Sriram, thank you very much for sharing some of your time on a busy schedule. I know you might want to catch up on sleep, and
Yeah.
thanks for joining. And we'll certainly take this thing about bioenzyme and Agnihotra on a later date. Thank you very much,
Yeah,
and have a
thank
good
you.
night.
No, yeah, thank you very much. I would like to thank Trendz Talks and Krishnaraj you for giving me opportunity to talk to people. Thank you very much. Okay,
Thank you.
bye-bye. Bye. Bye.